And welcome back. We're here with Matty Ice, Mr. Coot Banger. He was just down in Arizona recently and shot himself a little javelina, a little 50-pound freaking boar pig, little fuzzy.
Pretty
pig.
good size though. Actually,
you guys will see it here in a little bit, but he was down there archery hunting.
Yeah, it was a fun trip.
Where were you at?
Between Mesa and Tucson.
We're loaded up,
In Mesa.
ready to go out to the desert.
Frank
Hunting Arizona, Coot Banger style.
What's
Here we're going up to camp. There's a federal, it's all public
No
ground.
javelinas yet. We're still making our way up to camp.
There's
There's
camp.
camp. You know,
Yeah.
There's like 6 or 8 campers up there.
And this is freaking
Friends, all
Tom
friends that's
from Disneyland.
that's Frankie's gun.
Here you're getting loaded up.
Yeah, we're heading out. Got a couple mules and whatever to get around.
Yeah, we came down like a mile and a half, and then we'll be out on the road. Go down a ways, and then we spread out and check out these different areas.
Trying to find them.
Well, I just got dropped off here. I'm gonna walk up this hill, and then it's a big flat plateau up on top, and I'm gonna start working that. So we'll see what we can find. It's kind of a steep climb to get up here right now, but Frank just bumped a pig here. He's behind me, trying to move up in front and get down into the valley.
So that's kind of what it looks like. There's big plateaus and then like ravines in between, and they kind of work the ridges and then like the side hills. So they like to run over the hill if they get into trouble or pressure. So you look and look and look, and you would think it just looks bare, but can't hardly find them.
No.
And you see them, and I'd spotted this group from the other side of the ridge. But anyway, Frankie got a shot at one of these pigs that we saw the first day.
He actually shot at one?
He shot at, he was too close. He used his 25-yard pin there, like 15 yards. He shot over his back.
Sure.
Anyway, that was the first day.
I didn't even see that pig that Frank saw. We're heading back to camp for dinner, make a new plan. We'll be back out here this afternoon.
Yeah, we didn't even get home. Mark called, and he had a Jeep here, and he was way back.
Go check out these guys. They shot a javelina this morning. I got you on GoPro right now, Jim. Bubba, is that all right with you?
Say what now?
You're on GoPro right now.
You're gonna have to you go right with me. I'll sign the release form. It only costs you $50 a day.
Oh boy, look at this thing, boy. So that's what we're after. This is a pretty good sized little male, huh?
So they're a little fuzzy animal.
Yeah, they're actually not even a pig. They're like I don't know if they're like a weasel or something.
They're more like a guinea pig is what the one guy said.
I don't know. They're not a pig though.
But they have hooves, don't they?
Yeah. Those boys, they kind of run the road, and they shot it with a muzzle loader. They were just hanging out in camp, and they got the call, go down the road. We need to have you pull Mark's Jeep up the hill.
Yeah.
Because the mule couldn't pull it up. And as they go down there, they're just chilling on the road. And 2 pigs come out. He hopped out and got one.
Muzzleloader.
Yep.
It's got to be pretty easy with a muzzleloader. Like, with a scope.
Yeah. They said, though, when they first started hunting, they had pistols, and they'd get them at like 80 yards, and they'd pile out of the car. And they were
That would be good.
And then one of the guys there was like, okay, we need to calm way down. He said they weren't even within 20 feet of hitting these things. They heard guns ablazing. So I don't think they pistol him anymore. It's all muzzle loader.
This is a pretty good sized little male, huh?
I think so.
Yeah.
His teeth.
Yeah.
Those some choppers, huh?
Yes, sir.
So I don't know, but Frank tells me that if you take this and you marinate it in wine, it tastes like cardboard marinated in wine.
Mm-hmm. Now we're just doing a little bit of road hunting. This river road runs along the whole side of everything. We try to spot some, and then we can work our way back in. I got myself up in a tree.
So you're up in a tree.
Yeah, this was a spot where I found last year, and there were some pigs, and found this trail. And anyway, the one evening, little Tim Wells action.
Wells style. She had a spear.
Day 2, we're gonna give her hell.
Going out.
Yep, me and Frank took the 4-wheeler, went the other direction, kind of went off to the side of camp, and then we did some walking, trying to find them.
Well, we found another skull, but look at the difference in this one. Here's a regular one. Now look at that, how that head goes up, way up. Big old crown top looking thing, and huge tusks. Like this one's got just little teeth. There again, look at how the skull grew way up. Pretty old pig, big old pig. Got a sandwich. Now I'm going back down to my tree stand area.
So I went down and I started doing some scouting, and I found these trails that led back into the cave where ultimately I found.
And these are only Mostly pig trails, probably.
That's all pig trail, because it's so weird. That area there, the dirt was like, you just took your hand and you pressed down on it and it left an impression. It was like sticky, kind of weird.
Sure.
So those trails were just perfect, going right, like 3 trails going right to this hole.
Easy to find them that way.
Really easy when I found this spot. So the first night that evening I sat by this cave hole, didn't see nothing come out.
Up in
it's right up in there somewhere. Anyways, nothing that night.
Okay, she's Sunday morning, about 7:30. I am heading out by myself again. I'm gonna go back to where we were and then sit there for a little bit, a couple hours maybe, and then we're gonna hike out back.
So that was my plan. I went back to that cave area, and then when I got there, here we go. I was just trying to figure out the wind, and there they were coming out. They were standing right above the hole.
Above the cave.
Yep. So I belly crawled up into this little bit of grass as close as I could get. I was probably 30 yards, 25, 30 yards.
Seems like forever away in the GoPro.
Yeah.
Because we're on a wide view,
but I get a shot at these guys. I waited to see which way they were going to go, and they were going to go away from me, so I ended up taking a shot at this guy here.
Smoked him.
You hear that,
around
that
there.
clicking? That's their teeth. They're like, they start chomping when they're mad.
It doesn't make any sense. There he rolled down into the cave.
Yeah. I ended up shooting him again, because killing him, but then he fell down into that cave hole.
And then what happened here? So these pigs,
they came back just in the area. They're coming back.
The clicking. Though,
yeah. Like the fighting, or they want to know what was going on.
Because that one, it started clicking. You shot it wasn't a lethal. It wasn't, well, it was lethal, but it wasn't a kill shot right away.
Right.
Kind of in the spine, and then rolled over, and then these came back.
Because
they can't see very well. They probably couldn't see you.
No, and I didn't move. If you don't move, and they can't smell you, then they just come back. They hung around for a little bit, and then they took off.
Let's go, baby.
That was the bigger one.
Got him. A pig. A javelina. I followed them trails back in here, not very far, a quarter mile maybe, and there was a cave, and I knew it was fresh. There had to have been 15 in that cave, and I just got here this morning, and they were just starting to come out. There was like 6 of them out, and then I shot that one like you saw. Anyways, she's down, or it's down. It's not a huge one.
So there he is. He fell down. It's about a 10-foot drop to where he was.
Roll off that
peak, and then fell down in there.
That's that cave right there.
Yeah, right there.
They
just come barreling out of there.
That must be far back in there. It must open up.
I just didn't want mine to get back in there.
Right.
Yeah, it was a boar. Pig. And actually, it was a decent sized one for Javelina.
Lucky shot. Just grazed his back, ass hammy, kind of quartering away. Enough to get him though. It's a little bit nicer one than I thought. It kind of paid off to do a little bit of scouting, like I say, it's a vast area. I mean, you just go start walking out there aimlessly. You can walk for days and not see anything or even know where you're at. So we're gonna get this guy back to the 4-wheeler and head back to camp and skin him out. Flying out tomorrow, so yeah, this is gonna work out great. I'm glad I got one.
Slap your Arizona tag on there.
Yep, you gotta buy a tag for these things.
Okay,
this unit.
Back to camp.
Big man shot here.
Yep.
He's like, I got a pretty cinematic shot for you, Dave.
There you go.
There it
Time
is,
for a nice and delicious water power up down the freaking hatch. That's good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Back to camp.
Frankie.
Way you do it.
Yeah. We're back to camp. Frankie's getting the gear. We're gonna go gut him out and we'll hang him up, skin him. Me and Frank are having a cigar to
Toast to kill.
toast to kill.
There you are, man. Freaking nailed one.
Yeah, it's a fun hunt. You got to give these guys credit, because I tried doing it myself with the GoPro, which I did. I mean, I took the footage, but it was pretty crappy, and
Nice.
I'll be going with next year.
Struggled with
running the camera next year. Well, guys, thanks for tuning into this one. Hopefully you enjoyed that little hunt of Matty Ice's down in Arizona. Wasn't filmed the best, but he did the best he could for being 50 years old. And
not 50.
see you in the next one, folks. Thanks. Peace.
Took a shot at this guy. Yep, screw that.